Wait, what? I just had to say thank you so much to Camilo from Argentina for making this sweet intro song. I don't know how you encapsulated all of the random adjectives I I gave you to describe the vibe I'm trying to pull off here. Like, I just said airy, poppy, fun, upbeat, and you managed to create something that I really, really, really like. So thank you so, so much. Okay, A, how a fish do we sound around here? And B, who knew you could hire random people on the internet to do things for you? Definitely not me. Okay, now back to the podcast. Hi, what's up? Welcome to the second episode. I'm your host, Torry, and who is ready to be petty? I'm glad to be back. I've been sick for like 2.5, 3 weeks, which has been a lot of fun. I literally coughed like 2 days ago and like fucking tweaked my back. And now every time I laugh or move or breathe, my like ribs hurt. Or like where I guess like my liver is or kidneys. Unsure. Anyways, I guess this is like a welcome to 26, but yeah, sometimes if you're sick and aren't going to the gym and not stretching regularly, if you cough, you may fucking hurt your back. So anyways, life is really good for me. So one thing that's really good for my podcast right now is there's a bunch of shit in like celeb culture and social media and reality TV that is just premium content for me to talk about on this podcast. So thank you, everybody. There has been a lot of petty shit going on in the news right now. And like the thing that just jumps out like top of mind for me is the Ariana Grande Pete Davidson breakup, which I know that like everyone's talked about this. It's been going on for a few weeks right now. And like it's like who hasn't spent like an hour like unpacking all of that. But I don't know, I love a good conspiracy theory, and I don't know, it's actually kind of sad. I'm in like two camps. Like my soul is kind of in two parts right now. It's like, did I think that they were ever going to work out long term? No. But was there a part of me that like hoped they would? Yes. And I don't know why I was so naive thinking that they would like last longer than they did, because they got engaged after like 5 weeks or 6 weeks or something like that. But for some reason I was like shook to my core when they broke up. And again, I don't know why. They are very young. I think they're both younger than I am. They've just got a lot going on right now. Personally, all the things that have happened in their life in the past like 2 years is insane for anyone, let alone like two young adults. So I'm not sure why I was so surprised that they broke up, but like I was. And then I thought like Ariana Grande, like I thought she was like a decently like private person in terms that she like didn't like air her laundry too much. I don't know, with past breakups or past scandals that she's had. Like she's like an open and honest person, but like I don't know, hasn't like said like petty shit. But like this breakup is just bringing out like her best person, the best version of herself. And it's funny because I thought like, oh, maybe this is gonna stop being like relatable for her fans, since I'm assuming she has like tons of young fans, and she like has like a pretty wholesome, like she's not like a party girl. Obviously she has that like Lolita, like sexy child look going for her, but like she's generally not a like scandalous person. So it's just been interesting seeing her like tweets, and obviously the huge thing would be her new song, Thank You Next, / like it's inspo for a new album, which I'm confused about because I thought she just released Sweetener, which is so good. But like I don't know. It was weird that she got this single. But she put out this single. But the interesting thing to me really is that it shot to #1. And like, I think it's because it's hashtag relatable content. But B, I feel like everyone's petty. And that's what they appreciate about her and like about the song. So I don't know. I think it's really interesting. And I think the real person we should be talking about in this whole thing is poor Nathan Sykes from the band The Wanted. They had The Wanted, ? Unsure. Someone will have to look that up, but I think they had a pretty popular song a few years ago, and they dated like pretty recently, just like a handful of years ago. But she mentions like 4 of her exes, but like doesn't like mention him. And I feel like sane people, so not me, would be like, dodged a bullet with that one. Like, I don't need to be like named in songs, but I feel like most people are like, this song is #1 on billboards after like its debut release. Like, why was I not mentioned on that song? So I don't know. Poor Nathan. I think that's what we should all really be talking about now. The song is really good. I love that she, I don't know, just absolutely names the guys that she's speaking about. And like, there's still some type of mystery that there's like probably 10 million quadrillion articles on like BuzzFeed and every other website like dissecting what every lyric means. But I thought it was crazy because I just feel like a lot of people have had success speaking or I guess singing about their exes, but not obviously outwardly naming them. And I guess that's successful because the person who's listening can relate it to someone in their life. And I'm talking about like a la Taylor Swift lyrics where it's like everyone's trying to figure out who she's talking about, but no one knows. It's never confirmed. But like, if you have someone in your life that's like that, like you can, I don't know, have some feels when you're like listening and singing to the song. This is really embarrassing if I'm the only one in the world that does this, and like people listening, my faithful listeners. And when I say faithful listeners, I literally mean like my sister and my boyfriend that are listening to this. But like, that's really embarrassing if no one else says that. But I'm sure I'm not the only one. Anyways, crazy breakup. There's been all of those like back and forth tweets, all of Pete's jabs on SNL, her releasing the song 30 minutes before SNL, and he was like tripping up on the live show, which I thought was really interesting to see how it affected him, and I don't know. Anyways, I will be like, my eyes will be peeled for the next couple weeks, just lapping up all of the Pete Davidson and Ariana Grande gossip and news stories. It's really good. It's good content. I can't believe it. I don't know. I just didn't picture her being that type of person. And I guess before Ariana, Pete was like obviously a big, successful celebrity, but he wasn't in kind of like the tabloids like he is now. So I'm digging this. Pete definitely would have been the guy that I would have been into in high school, like deathly skinny, really cocky and confident, and like pale, looks like he's gonna die like any moment now, wears like super tight jeans and like douche bro clothes. That would have been my type from like, I don't know, grade 9 to 11. So yeah, it says a lot about me as a person, I think. Another celeb breakup that I'm really, really sad to see was Sean Booth and Caitlin Bristow. I was like sad. I'm still sad because she's a Canadian girl and I think she's a good person and she's not perfect, but no one is. And I think that she does a really good job of like, even if she messes up or does something wrong, like apologizing or being just more real about like the Botox she uses and the lip fillers. I think she uses lip fillers, or I don't know, just being real about what is kind of fake or what she does instead of like trying to hide it. So I really like her. Literally for months, I've been like a fucking sleuth all over social media, all over the tabloids, looking for signs that they had broken up. And like, I feel like it was like the worst kept secret because they were just never in each other's social media accounts or pictures or Instagram videos or anything like that. So you could tell, like, obviously he was super busy opening up his new gym and she's always got stuff going on, but I don't know, you could just like get the vibes that they were broken up. So I'm just really interested to see like what happens to Tuck, Sean's dog, and their house that they own together and all of those type of things. I know that she isn't really talking about it now, but I feel like she will on her podcast, Off the Vine. So I'm literally waited with bated breath to hear all of that shit. Like I absolutely can't wait just to hear all of that tea, because Sean's an interesting guy. I think he was really good for Caitlyn. I think that they worked really well together, but he just, I don't know, he was an interesting guy. Like he was very kind of closed off in private during The Bachelorette, and I just think that, I don't know, that he is just an interesting person. So yeah, it will be interesting to kind of hear all of that, all of those things. She's in Vancouver right now, so it's fun to look at all of the things that she's doing and the places that she's at. And I'm like, hey, I used to live there. I live really close to there, so that's always fun for me. And I don't know, I'm sad about Kate. I feel bad for her. I feel like people always feel bad, but I also, yeah, can't wait till what she says next, and can't wait till she like starts dating again. And it's like, who will she date? Will it be like a celebrity, just like a normal fucking civilian? Will it be someone from the Bachelor world, reality TV, Big Brother? She's a huge Big Brother fan, so I don't know. The possibilities are endless. Like, would she do Bachelorette again? I know she talked about her really hard experience on the show, but I wonder if like now it's like, I guess she hates the producers, so I'm probably talking out of my ass here, but I don't know, it'd just be interesting since she like has been around the block if she would do that again, because she kind of knows what to expect now, so who knows. Also, I like how I like, I'm talking to myself but like can't finish a full sentence. So like it makes sense to me, but like I don't know if it makes sense to other people. But also like this is just how I talk. Like it's always all over the place and lots of different ideas and I don't know, crazy tangents and all of this type of stuff. So sorry if that's super frustrating. More celebrity gossip that I've been following lately, which I think like this is a bold move, but Hailey Baldwin, there was, I don't know, this is so crazy because I think it's just like celebrities, they're just like us, but like it's actually so cringy. I can't believe it. So anyways, Hailey Baldwin, who is the girlfriend or fiance of Justin Bieber, / they also might be married. I think they did maybe like the paperwork or had like a civil ceremony, but they haven't done the whole like big shebang yet. But she was caught on Instagram creeping a Selena Gomez fan account, and she accidentally followed the page, and like it's actually the most cringy thing I've seen in a long time, because if that was me like creeping someone from like high school or whatever and I liked their account, or it's like one of the guys who used to likes current girlfriend's account, is just like absolutely insane. And the fact that the account, it was a fan account of Selena Gomez called House of Cell, she obviously like screenshotted all of it. And then I guess Hailey sent her a DM and it was like, hey, sorry I accidentally followed you. And then unfollowed. But like the House of Cell account owner sent all of those screenshots to like news outlets. And so everyone has picked up on it, and I just think it's so cringy. And I think she realizes that it's super cringy. And like I feel bad for her because it's like Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber like goals, and they dated for a really long time in like a pivotal stage of their life. But so like I would be jealous too, like, and she's amazing, so it's not like she's like a fucking dumpy like flubby loser. She's Selena Gomez, so I would be jelly too. But I just think it's like so cringy. So I think this is my conspiracy theory, because this is the petty person that I am, and this is exactly what I would do. I think she was embarrassed by that whole situation. So she changed her handle on Instagram to Hailey Bieber and changed like all of her like accounts to Hailey Bieber, and which is insane because it was Hailey Baldwin before. A lot of famous celebrities, even if they take their spouse's last name, they may keep their like a maiden name. Thank you. I could only think of the word in Spanish, not in English for some reason. But anyways, their maiden name as their like stage name or name for like press and appearances and stuff like that. There's that whole like Kim Kardashian, Chris Humphries debacle where he wanted her to take his last name, but she was like, but I've built my empire being like a Kardashian and being part of the Kardashian like clan, and all of our shit is like Kardashian and everything's KK and all of that kind of stuff. So loved watching that unfold. I think she ended up not taking it, which it was like, that was sign number one that it was never gonna work out. Like, I don't know, again, why we were shook that they broke up after like 72 days. But yeah, that was sign number one that it was never going to work out. And she's rebranded to Kim Kardashian West, which I guess it's like her fame is more steady and stable now. Like before with Chris, like that was 5 years ago or even 6 years ago, and she wasn't as famous. So I kind of understand that. But a lot of celebrities, even if they change their name like legally on all their like licenses and stuff, like keep their name for fame. I don't know why I'm explaining this in so much detail. The people that are watching this listening to this podcast probably already know this, / people that aren't crazy like me probably don't give a fuck about any of this stuff. Anyways, I was just really surprised because a lot of people keep their maiden name because that's what they're known for. But I guess maybe Bieber is a more well-known name, so maybe she wanted to take that. But I think the real reason is she wanted to give all those news outlets a new story to run that was like way more shocking than her like liking or hitting follow on a like ex-girlfriend of her boyfriend's like Instagram account. So anyways, I think that's crazy. I also thought like it's weird with Ariana and Pete and with Sean and Caitlyn. I was like, they'll last forever. And then when Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin got together, I'm like, this isn't going to last at all. And then like they're moving forward like it is going to last forever. And I don't know. I'm pretty sad. I didn't see him ending up with Hailey, and I just saw him getting back together with Selena, and like I know that's really childish, but that's how I feel, so I'm gonna have to stand by that. The best moment of my life was when they got back together like a year ago, and it was like all my 2011 dreams had come true again, and my life was complete. My life was on the up and up, and then they broke up, and I had to relive that pain once again. So anyways, moving on, please, people are saying. I binged a whole bunch of Queer Eye this weekend. I was up in Kamloops, my hometown, visiting my boyfriend, and it was cold, and we were like a little bit sick. My back wasn't tweaked yet, but it hurts to laugh. But yeah, we just binged a lot of Queer Eye, and it's so inspirational, and I cry every episode, even if it's just in like the last couple minutes and I just like am tearing up. But I don't know, even if I fucking hate the people that are getting a makeover, there's always some type of like redeeming quality or something that they bring to the show that I really like. And it's just so wholesome and so nice. I just love everything about it. It is such good TV, and I wish the Fab Five the just most success in the whole entire world, which it seems like they're getting, which I'm so glad. Obviously, Anthony is my favorite. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but he's Canadian. He's so fucking hot. He's just nice and funny and wears the cutest clothes. He like always wears like a bandana around his neck and like a leather jacket, and I'm like, I need to buy a bandana stat and like wear my leather jacket every fucking day, just as like Anthony inspiration. But he's so cute and he's so funny, and I love how he like teaches the person who's getting the makeover like basically nothing. like here's this tiny appy you can make, or like, ever heard of guac? And the person's like, yeah, for sure. So I always just think it's funny when it's like, can you manage this simple task of like toast, like to impress your spouse? Like, let's do that. Or like, we'll make fresh pasta, but I'll buy you a machine that will knead and like press the noodles. So anyways, it's just so funny. And then there's Bobby, who literally is always working. Like, he works so hard, and it's just so like disproportionate to what the other guys are doing. It's like, it's so funny, and you just see all the other guys like fucking around or like going on the other person's, like the other guy's adventures or like little activities. But you never see Bobby. He's always just like in the Fab Five loft, like fucking slaving over like blueprints and like Amazon.com, like looking for furniture and designing the place and checking in on everything. And it's just so funny how he doesn't have time for like their fucking shenanigans, because he's like designing a whole house sometimes. So I love Bobby. And Tan, like, please call me. I need you to go through my wardrobe, throw everything out, and start from scratch. And I really hope you come into my house and find some random piece of clothing and then just end up wearing it for the rest of the house tour, because it's like always my favorite part where you like see them like 3 cuts later in the episode, and like one has like a silly hat on, and one has like a tie, and one's wearing like a Hawaiian print shirt that someone like had from like a cruise 10 years ago in their closet. So I don't know, that's always just like, I don't know, so funny. I need Jonathan to cut my hair. Like, please, I've had the same haircut for like 10 years. And Karamo, please come and fucking fix my life. Like, I honestly need you to like coach me through like my whole entire life. Like, I feel like a lost puppy, and you are the perfect person. Like, yeah, I don't know. I just need you to help me. Question mark. This got sad and desperate real quick. Like, on the up and up, but like also just a tinge of sadness and desperation. But I don't know, Karamo, I love that he just teaches like self-confidence and self-esteem, and he always has these really cool activities. And his B-roll is amazing. It's just him reading literally a decorative book. Like, they're not actually books, and I doubt that they have words on them. The covers are fucking blank, but you always just see him like pondering over a good book, like thinking of what activity he's gonna take the guy on or whatever. And I think it's so funny. So of course I had to do a deep dive into all 5 of their lives, just to see like what they do outside of Queer Eye, but I just love them so much. And of course, because I'm a petty person, and that is the point of this podcast, you watch an episode and you just think of the people that you could make over in your whole entire life. Like, from start to finish, who have I ever met that should be on Queer Eye? And that seems fucking shady lady, but like, no tea, no shade, because again, I could definitely be on the show with those guys. But yeah, you just, I don't know, think about the people that you're like, you would really benefit from 5 gay guys coming in, trashing your home, and then like building you up like from the ground. Yeah, I like get out of Georgia, come to BC, Canada, and I'll show you a few people. I think it's also just like so funny, the TV show. I just think it's so funny how they are so brutally honest. Like, a lot of times people are like, okay, like, you're telling me, Tan, to wear a printed shirt. How about this one? And he's like, no, that's fucking hideous. Or like, no, I can't even do the accent. I'm not even going to try. Like, I'm the worst at accents. So I don't know. And he's like, no, that's fucking hideous. Like, I just think that, like, I need that type of candor in my life, and might try to start using that, I don't know, in aspects of my life. Like, I think that just, it's not like they're mean or like, you know that it's well-intentioned, but they're straight up savage sometimes. Like, some of the things that they say are straight up savage, but no one's ever mad at them. And like, a lot of people don't even get defensive. They really respond to it well. So I don't know how it'll play out for me, but maybe I'll try out some of the Queer Eye candor and realness for you guys over the next couple of weeks and report back. Little homework assignment for my podcast listeners. So yeah, I binged a lot of Queer Eye this weekend. And another thing that I did was go to an escape room. And when I mean an escape room, I went to 3 escape rooms. So basically, the story goes, I was, my boyfriend was planning a fun day date for us, decided to take us to a escape room. I'm a huge scaredy cat, so we did like a kind of Narnia knockoff one. And it was 45 minutes long, and we solved it. And I think that the level, it was like a medium level one. And when I mean solved it, like, it was kind of weird because I think that the time had run out. Like, we might have taken like 47 minutes or something like that. But I think that the time had run out, but then like no one was coming to like open the room up for us. So we just kind of like finished it, to be honest. We just kind of finished the room. So it was like 45 minutes. So anyways, I would count that as a win because we basically did it. And we were pleased with ourselves, but we're like, I feel like we could do better because like, that's a W in our books, but like barely. And we like want to be true to ourselves and earn the win. So like, let's try another one. So we're like, we're kind of hooked. These are really fun. Let's see if we can do another one. So this was like at noon. We booked one for 9 p.m. in a different company. And again, super scared. I don't want anything to jump out at me. I don't want to be like in the dark too much. So we picked this Christmas heist one, and we have to go and put our names back onto the nice list because we ended up on the naughty list. And this escape room was insane. It was 3 different rooms. It was pretty hard The first clue was like fucking dumb and it took us like 20 minutes. It was a Christmas tree and the Christmas star was on the ground and you had to put it on top of the tree, and then it gave you your next clue, which was literally the most annoying thing ever because it took us like 20 minutes to figure out. We had to just put this fucking Christmas star on the top of the tree. But anyways, and it was 60 minutes. We ran out of time and we were so close. We were just about to open the door to the last room, put our names on the naughty list, and then we just had to return, I don't know, I guess, or leave the room, I guess. So we were so close. If we would have had like 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, we would have for sure beat it. And with 2 people, when they're like 2 to 8 player games, like I don't think that's too bad. So we were disappointed to say the least. So we were done there at 10. We went straight to dinner. We were eating dinner and like our conversation just got like increasingly worse as we were talking. So it was just like, no, some of those clues were kind of lame. They weren't really fun. And like, it's not fun when it's just like search for like a physical key in the room. Cause like, that's not kind of the point. It's not just like who can find this needle in a haystack. Like it's about the puzzles and the locks and the codes and cracking, like problem solving, cracking codes, like putting things together, getting like innuendos, like all of that shit. So we're just being like fucking petty bitches, literally breaking down these rooms. Like, and also I would have used this type of lock, or like I would have changed this, or this wasn't that good. And like literally 30 minutes prior, we were like, that was so fun. That was awesome. The quality was great. But like, you could just tell it was going like downhill really quickly. So my boyfriend like whips out his phone. He's like, okay, we're booking another room for tomorrow. And I'm like, are we actually insane? Like going to a third escape room is so despy and sad and like embarrassing, but like, yes, like let's do this. So we the next day went to an escape room. So like I doubt there's anybody in the world, well, I'm sure there is, like that's a dumb thing to say, but like we did literally 3 escape rooms in 24 hours. It was insane and expensive, but really fun. And the last one we signed up for a 5-star. So the Christmas one was 2-star, and we're like, no, we are upping the ante. We can fucking pull up our socks and do this. Like, we're smart. And like, I'm like Detective Torry, and I don't know, we can do this. So anyways, we chose this one, and it was like this virus had spread, and we were in a laboratory, and it was so hard. And we did so well, and we were in the last room trying to crack the code to get the antidote for the virus, and the time expires. So again, if we would have had like 5 more minutes, we would have cracked the code, and we were just like so pleased with ourselves. But it's just so funny, like a good experience. We could just like literally rip apart like these people that are professionals at setting up escape rooms, but we just think that we could do it better, ? So I don't know. Anyways, enough about our shenanigans. It was really fun. We're already looking at doing ones in Victoria, and I don't know, we're really excited to have this new passion in our life. Anyways, it's been great chatting to you about some celeb breakups, some weird conspiracy theories, and the Fab Five, who I am obsessed with. I can't wait to speak with you again. Hopefully, I can have some of my friends and my sisters on the podcast. We can talk about all things petty. I'm your host, Torry, and as always, I'm ready to be petty.